What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Monday, 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon in New York City, 3:30 p.m. here in Costa Rica, 2:30 p.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia. You're watching Betting with the Bag, and we got off to a nice winning start. We hit the under 11. If you are as sharp as Gin Rummy, who is now on Twitter, you got under 11.5. If you are not nearly as sharp as him, you got under 11 like I did, but we both cashed. Felt good. You know, I'm slowly climbing back. Slowly climbing back. I don't want to get too excited, but if I could end this week in down single units, you know, that'd be a step in the right direction, and we continue moving forward. I'm actually on a pretty nice run right now in MLB, but let's just slowly bring it back. We got a great group in the chat. Brian Watson said anything on Kadri and Krug. Yes, Krug will be in the lineup tonight, and Kadri won't be, I guess, but we're still waiting for an announcement on how long he's going to be suspended. But that's, you know, I don't even know at this point. Tat the Cliff says, let's get that guac. Like that term, man. We haven't used it in a while. Tat the Cliff liking Phillies and Milwaukee St. Louis under. We got Jeremy Miller in Philadelphia who can give us expert analysis on the streets of what the wind is like there at this moment. We got Ulysses Hayes in the house. Ricardo Gutierrez, Sacktown King. We got Silver Monco, Cove Coleon. Ron Lofton, Jorge, Don't Play, Underdog, Base Kniff. We got Charles Barkley. We got TJ in the house. We got Tata Booker ready to get to work. Jason Tourgy says, yo, what up? It's the playoffs. Let's get this. We got George Cruz. We got Tata Booker, Whitlucky Lefty ready to rock. Mr. Gokster, G. Mula Kuakini says, aloha, low bag gang. Gio Mercedes, Sportsman of the Year, listening to the Bluetooth in the shower while he's sudsing up. That's a man who can do many things at one time. Fitz says, let's get that money, boys. We got EJV in the house. RMK, very sharp hockey analyst, NHL analyst, is on Dallas tonight, and so am I. It's always a good sign when we're on the same page. Underdog says, hit that game live under 2.5 minus 115 Arsenal match when it was 1-0 at the half. Great job. Jeremy Miller says, found out a few weeks ago I'm having a baby boy in August. Let's get that diaper money. Jeremy Miller, congratulations. A baby boy, a young capper. Ready to go. That's wonderful, wonderful news. Very excited to hear that. The world is going to be a better place when you have a child in it, Jeremy Miller. So I'm very happy to hear that. We got Stevie Steves, we got Bubs Grubbs, we got Super Alpha Fitness, Richard Reyes, Joe Yorkovich, Jamerda 1879, and Get Money ready to go. So let's go over this NHL card. Then we're going to break down the MLB card a little bit more, and then King Rail will join us to break down these two games in NBA and see if there's any in-series bets that we want to make. Beautiful. Sounds good. Ulysses Hayes says, fading Dallas on Nashville moneyline. You know, I could understand that, but now we know that Brian Boyle's injury is much worse than previously thought. He wasn't sick, and I was like, come on, Brian Boyle's not going to miss a playoff game because he's sick. Man's tough as nails, but it's an appendix issue. We know that he's a cancer survivor, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with his appendix, but he's week to week and could be bad. And then Wayne Simmons week to week. Those are the pickups they made at the deadline, and what they needed to do is pick up a soft hand forward power play specialist like a Zuccarello to help with the offense. But so I'd be concerned. They're out shooting the Dallas Stars 43-23 and barely winning in overtime right now. Juan Ruiz in the house. Charles Barkley liking the Caps plus 10. We got Ricky Bobby. We got TJ. We got Chris IG. And TJ says, Leo, baby boy, congrats. No Yemark for Dallas. I believe you're spelling that wrong, but I that's interesting. I did not know that. That's interesting stuff. I should pop that up. We got Mate 910 saying, what up from Alaska? We got Christopher Comentini says, you like the games tonight, Jimmy? Well, I made 3 bets on the early card, and I didn't come in with any plans on making any. But after breaking down with the group here, I decided to jump on a couple. MMK like in Dallas, moneyline minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Wow, MMK, that's zero jokes there. Alex Ramirez on Avalanche. Base Kniff on the Bruins. Ulysses Hayes on Washington. Okay, those are all the games covered. Let's start going through them right now. Bruins at Leafs. Well, the Bruins imposed their will on the Leaf squad, and the series changed. It was that quick that the series changed. when I look at these lines and how close these games are, I think, wow, bet every game to go to overtime or take the dog. And when it's this close of a favorite and a dog in the Leafs Bruins, now I think, wow, the home team's got to have the value. If you're getting the Leafs at just minus 115, I'm not going to make a move here. All the games have been trending to lower scoring than we expected. I'm not sure how long that will last. The Bruins should be able to sustain their momentum. There will be no Kadri in the lineup for the Leafs. We know that DeBrusk will be good to go. Krug will be good to go. These are huge, huge, huge pieces to the puzzle here. And arm cases, I see Janmark has a game time decision. He's definitely out. This was news that I didn't know. This is news coming in from our man Ulysses. So Ulysses can let us know about that. Russell Gordy says, fade all big lines till further notice. Boston, Yanks, Nats, the normal list, fade, fade, fade. I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. Ulysses Hayes says, going with the goaltending with Rask, says, don't trust the Leafs. Alex Ramirez liking the Rangers in baseball and the Avalanche in hockey. RM cases with no Kadri, the Krejci line will eat. Now, the Leafs fans will say it's simple enough. You just put Marleau as the third line center. But Kadri's an extremely important piece to this team. He's strong defensively. The cross-check will upset any Leafs fan, any hockey fan, that cross-check to the neck and face. But I didn't like that knee-on-knee hit. And that DeBrusk had done on Kadri. And Kadri was angry, and he took it out with his stick. And we've seen that happen over the years. For me, most famously, Dino Ciccarelli waving his stick around, two-handing it through the air, and Ciccarelli is in the Hall of Fame. So all said and done, I'm going to stay off of this game. This is too tight. It just simply is too tight for me to feel like I have a legitimate edge. And when it's that tight, when I look at value, I would say I guess the value is on the Leafs at home. You can get minus 110 at 5 times, minus 111 at Bet Online. And then we look at how they fared at home. The Leafs weren't very good at home. They were much better on the road this year, 23-16-2 at home. Bruins were 20-15-6 on the road. You break down the strengths of the Leafs, it's both teams' power plays are very strong and their penalty killing is weak. And only, there's just been not enough advantage being taken in this series by either team. And we saw what happened when the Bruins started swinging that body around. They won. I'm off of it. I am off of it. So that's what's up for me. Not making a move on Bruins Leafs. Let's see what's happened with the total here. I thought this series would be higher scoring. Maybe it becomes higher scoring when it gets to Toronto. But the 6 is pretty much even money either way. Even money either way. And Ulysses Hayes says Boston is 2-7 in Toronto. RMK said read that Nylander will move to the third line center, which makes him even softer. I agree. I was shocked to read that. I was shocked to read that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And that's what's up. So Boston, Toronto is the only game I'm not making a move on. Now let's go to games I'm making moves on. Capitals, Hurricanes. I'm on the under 6. I think this will be a very tight game. We know the Hurricanes are the Corsi darlings of the NHL. I trust them to carry the puck as much as possible, get as many shots on Holtby as possible, and they'll have Ferland back in action. Niederreiter was a nice pickup because it gave them more size. Capitals have been dominating the first period. I know Rod Brindamore will have them ready to go early. The under was an easy hit for us when these two teams were playing in the second half of the season. And I'm just going to go back to the well right now. Jose Ruiz saying Bruins will win. Ulysses Hayes saying Washington money line. Dave Jr. Smile says my best play today is minus 125 Bruins money line. We'll be talking about that very soon. Viper MB says not many good games today across all sports. Well, we started 1-0 with that under 11. Very easy under 11 for a very early baseball game. Underdog says gotta like the under in the Leafs too. At some point, goals are going to be coming in. At some point, they're going to be more cheap shots, more power plays. I hear that. PRC publicist coach said, hey, Jim Bag, did you read my DM? I did, PRC publicist. And it is very interesting. It's a very interesting way of looking at this game, looking at the partnership with William Hill. I found it very, very interesting, PRC publicist. PRC publicist is backing the Lightning. And I'm going to talk more about your idea on that game on tomorrow's show, just because the Lightning aren't here. But I loved it, PRC publicist, and thank you so much for sharing that with me. Lucky Lefty says, I'm moneyline Bruins, Capitals, moneyline. Ulysses Hayes, live bet Baltimore money line. That's beautiful. Ulysses Hayes says Holtby will stand up. Write it down. I get it. Nile Pickle says Capitals will be the only fave to make it to the second round. Well, if they're the only fave to make it to the second round, they're going to instantly become the favorite to make it to the Stanley Cup final. So, all that said and done, Christopher Clementine saying Kane's first period. Well, after being outscored 5-1 in the first period so far, the series has got to be an issue with Rod Brindamore, who's done just such a great job coaching this club. The under 6 has not moved. It's not moved. I got it at minus 115. It's still there. Available at minus 115. So that's what I'm on. I'm on the under 6, minus 115. Let's move on to Predators Stars. The way I see it, we are getting a big advantage with the Stars at home. The Stars can do, with their power play, 11th ranked in the league. I know they went 0-6 last game against a good Predators penalty kill. But with Seguin, with Ben, with Zuccarello, you have offensive talent, soft hand offensive talent that's a little different than the Forsbergs, the Victor Arvidsson, the Ryan Johansson. I expected more from Ryan Johansson his whole career. I thought he was going to be a stud 85-point scorer, soft hands, whatnot. Haven't seen it. Brian Boyle's a big loss. Wayne Simmons is a big loss. These are heart and soul guys, no longer in the lineup. And I just think there's value on this Dallas Stars team. And if you look at the money lines quickly, I understand the 5. I get it, but I'm not going to make a bet under 5s. I just don't think that's how I want to attack an NHL card. But looking here at the money line, you're still hanging 100 plus 100 at Bovada. That's crazy. But minus 115 everywhere else. Thank you, Ron G. Much love to you, my friend. Al Max says, Leafs first period, lock it in. My drunk ass will be there. Congratulations, Al. Enjoy that. Remo says, can't see 6 goals in Nashville, Dallas. I can't either. I can't see it either, but I'm going to stay off of it. It just, Brandon Barrel says, dude, I've been tempted for Bruins Caps parlay. I think that's a very, if you're going to take 2 road teams in game 3 of the playoffs, you just need to be getting more for your money. So I don't see, and it's not that I don't see the Capitals going up 3-0. That's definitely in the cards. The Canes have played these Capitals very, very tough. But they're very tight games, and I haven't picked a side on either, so I wouldn't tell you not to do it, Brandon. I would not tell you not to do it. Alex Ramirez says, I'm tailing you on the Stars. Jimmy Nonaplico says, Dallas a dark horse. I agree with that. Glenn Elliott Man says, flaky Stars hard to trust, without a doubt. But you know what? A team that's 31st ranked on the power play, if you're not gonna make it to the Stanley Cup Final scoring 5-on-5 goals. And the way Ben Bishop can take over a situation, I'm very comfortable here. Very, very comfortable here. Christopher Comte says, I thought you didn't like Seguin and Ben. I don't. But it drives me nuts when you have money on a team that can't do anything on the power play. Special teams are how you succeed in capping NHL. And so I barely made any plays. I haven't bet on Nashville the last 30 or 40 games of the season. I believe I'd have to go over exactly when I stopped betting them. And I don't want them here. And who do I love? I love this young defense they have. I mean, Klingberg's older, but that Haskinen, what was the 4th overall or 5th overall pick a couple years ago is spectacular. I just think that with Bishop, with Dallas at home, I just think there's too much value there. So that's the one side I'm on. I'm on Stars plus 100 at Bovada. I didn't get a plus 100 when I bet it. And then Flames Avalanche, I got under 6 at minus 108. Let's see what we get now. That was a move championed by our Noli Knows. And I looked into it more, and I think that I like it. It just makes sense. I think that Colorado will play very tight. The Flames will try to tire out that first line. They'll be dumping Chase Hockey. They'll be rolling over 4 lines. The player who's been standing out to me in this series is Sam Bennett. Now, if you want the under now, you can get it still at minus 108 at Pinnacle, but the other books have changed it. It's all the way up to 120. So I'm on the under here. Cale Makar is coming back. He will be playing his first game of the season, and that would be a huge boost had they not lost Samuel Girard, who at this point I don't expect to be in the lineup. He's a Hobey Baker. Cale is a Hobey Baker Award winner last year at University of Massachusetts. 4th overall pick in 2017. Very, very special player. And Calgary's very healthy and needs to step up, and I expect them to. I expect him to. Joe Anisi saying Chicago Cubs play today and not applicable, says Calgary to shit the bed. That concerns me. And Robbie Top says Carolina going to stomp on Washington. Love my Leafs tonight. And Mr. Gokster's looking at Calgary puck line. I like my card. I like my card, and I'm going to stick with it. But if I was going to make a move, I guess I would understand what Gokster's talking about. I guess I understand the Flames on the puck line here. -1.5. You're getting a huge score. I think that play has a ton of value, Mr. Gokster. They really do. The Flames have to step up. The only thing that does sort of concern me is I just think it's going to be a tight, low-scoring game. If it was a more free-flowing offensive game, I would jump on that. I think that's a nice move, Gokster. I really do. I think you're getting huge value there. -1.5. You're getting a plus 235 at 5 dimes, plus 229 at Pinnacle, plus 227 at Heritage. So money's coming in on Colorado, especially from the puck line variety, because you were getting just a plus 200 initially with Calgary. I think that's a good line, a good look. RM cases with Simmons and Boyle out now. Preds forward group no longer has the big depth advantage over the Stars. I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, well, Mr. Ghost says juicy value. I agree. I'm going to think about that over the length of this show because that might be something to jump on. RMK's on Calgary, Colorado under, Washington, Carolina under, Boston money line, Stars money line. I'm on 3 of those 4. Robbie Top says playoff hockey's a different beast. Tread carefully. RMK leans Canes at home as well. And PRC publicists liking the over in this Flames Avalanche game. If you like the over in the Flames Avalanche game, maybe that Flames puck line is the way to go. That's a very, very appealing move, Gokster. I like it a lot. So maybe I jump in at some point. But that's my NHL card. Let's move on from it. Ulysses Hayes says Colorado is public favorite, but don't trust it. Don't trust it. Donald Pickle said Boston won last Friday. Made me shit the bed. I bet Baltimore, Boston. Okay, talking baseball there. Ron Lofton says when he's right, it's nice. Plus money. It's no doubt about it. That might be a great, great look. I'm comfortable on the under 6. I don't like going up against PRC publicists. All right, let's start breaking down this MLB card a little bit more. We've started the day 1-0. Let's start with this Mets Phillies. We have lineups announced and confirmed. Let's talk about this Nets Phillies lineup with the Mets going up against Aaron Nola, who has not looked great this year, but last year at home he was dynamite. We have Nemo, Pete Alonso, Cano, Conforto, Ramos, McNeil, Rosario, J.D. Davis getting another look. And then for the Phillies, McCutchen, Segura, Harper, Hoskins, Realmuto, Herrera, Hernandez, and Franco. Let's see what the line movements are right now. Kobe Williams says, Jimmy, why are you not on the Caps? They haven't lost against Carolina all season. It's playoff time, and I love the way Carolina looked. And if I'm going to back a road team, game 3 here, I would just like more value. And that's basically it. I've been very impressed with the Hurricanes all season, and it just wouldn't surprise me if they roll here. Wouldn't surprise me if Carolina... I shouldn't say roll here. I should say it wouldn't surprise me if Carolina wins this game 3-2 and I cash my over. It would not surprise me if this game goes into overtime 2-2. Underdog says, let's click the like button, everyone, as it helps the show. And we appreciate you, Jimmy. Much love to you, Underdog. Thank you for saying that. Tacticliff says, Jimmy's Phillies. Ulysses Hayes says, under in the Phillies game. Well, let's take a quick look at the line movement, money lines, and totals here. Let's go to sportsbookreview.com. Mr. Gozer says, it sticks out to me, Jim, that Flames line is too low. That's a really good look, Gokster. Huge score for you if you hit that. All right. So let's go to money lines and totals. Well, Philly opened as a -125 favorite, and money's come in on the Mets. It's been a 9-cent move towards the Mets at BetOnline. The over 7.5 opened at -120 at BetOnline. Now it's just now the under is -115. Okay, so that's been a pretty big move there. Jewish Texel says, I love all 4 hockey dogs. Great value. I get that. Mr. Gokster liking the first period over. Interesting. Jim Rami says, Kobe Williams, Jackets also haven't won against the Bolts all season. It means nothing. And I wouldn't necessarily say it means nothing, but certainly that Lightning series has been unbelievable. Jay Scum, great capper. Jay Scum says, I'm on the Phillies money line. I think they get to Thor. David Stanton says, very windy in Philly. Does that help or hurt the under? Well, it all depends on where the wind is going. And I have it as sideways. I've had it as sideways all day, but there's different sites are saying different things. Let's see what we're getting here. Here we go. Yeah, it's still sideways, but it's down to 19 miles per hour. Actually, it opens up at 17 miles per hour, so it's gone down. Gone way down. Interesting. Okay. Joe Garcia. Okay, I can't laugh, Joe, but much love to you, my friend. My lungs are still a mess. Also, I'm not going to be here in the morning tomorrow. Babano will be taking over the show. I am going to get my lungs looked at again. Born in 94, says Killarney, pick of my life. Phillies money line. Wow, everybody liking the Phillies money line here. Joe Anisi says the Marlins bullpen anything but rested, ready. Yeah, that's why I'm only on the first 5 in that game. You know, I just feel like the Phillies have value here. I know that Nola has not looked great this season, but this should be a step-up spot for him. This should be a step-up spot for him. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that this market move towards the Mets is uncomfortable to go against, but now you're getting the Phillies at minus 113 at Pinnacle. Elio top sets on Phillies -1. Lunar Star says, what is the Phillies money line right now? Not applicable. No, I do not smoke cigarettes, Jewish sex learner. I quit about 8 years ago. Was a pack a day guy, but quit about 8 years ago. Export A Gold, regular size. I'll be here for the late show, Gokster. I'm just going to miss the morning show, get these lungs looked at. Okay. So the money line for the Phillies, you get minus 113 at Pinnacle, minus 116 at Bet Online. Ulysses Hayes riding the Phillies. Fitz, you got Phillies at 7. That's a great spot. Bud Nino says, David Robinson out for Philly. I know he wasn't that good this year, but who closes? That's a viable question right there. A viable question. Yeah, I look at this and I say, Russell Gordy says, too many on Philly. Go Mets. You know, I think there's a lot of us on Philly, but it doesn't feel like the Phillies are a huge public play here. Vegas Sun says, get the dog to me. We need you healthy, brother. Much love to you, Vegas Gun. We need you healthy, too. We need you healthy, too. And you inspire me every day, Tom Gun, Vegas Gun. Much love to you. Dan Kelly said this on the morning show. Says, I think that Thor is a BIP, batting average of balls and plays due to come back down, so he could have a great outing. But Dew is always shaky. Yeah, you know, I need to see Nola step up here. And I guess I'm going to stay off this game. I guess I don't think there. You know what? If I don't want to go against the market, I don't feel like I'm that ballsy of a spot here in MLB, that confident. Flipper 13 says, I bet under 7.5. If I was going to take an under, I would want to take first 5. And you're getting a 4. Dom Ricci says, oh, I love having Dom talk about this Mets. Thor got better every game where Nola hasn't. Thor gives up home runs. I'd love you to finish that sentence, Dom. I'm very interested in the end of that sentence. Dom, what's your move on this game? I'd love to hear what Dom is on. Rob Parwana says the under, Jimmy. I can't trust either bullpen right now. If I was going to make a move on the under, I'd want to make a move on the first 5 under. Long balls Larry says, look into juicing for your lungs, Jimmy. Truly saved my 17 years of pack-a-day habit. I will, long balls Larry. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, gas station sushi in the house. T says it's windy and swirling in South Philly. Yeah. Anthony Mastronardi, my man, out of Windsor, Ontario, says, don't do it, Jimmy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stay off this game. I just don't feel like I have enough of an edge here. Let's talk Cubs, Marlins. I love what Trevor Richards is doing. It's very easy to say. I love that he came out of nowhere to be a stud. I think he's a stud. That changeup is the best in the business. Hitters are batting just .089 against his change this season, and he's throwing that pitch 39% of the time. The batter knows the changeup is coming, and they still can't touch it. They still can't touch it. Lucky Lefty says, I got it, Jimmy, antibiotic inhaler for your lungs. God, 3 months now of this pneumonia, it's just really negatively affecting my life. Jake Bell liking Marlins first 5. I get that. Fading you. I think Darvish has a really nice opportunity to have a good game here. That simple. I'm on the first 5 under. I think that Marlins are hitting 205, 599 OPS versus righties. Let's take a look at what this lineup is the Marlins are trotting up. Granderson, Anderson, Castro, Walker, Rojas, Dean, Wallach, Brinson. The Cubs are Zobrist, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Howard, Contreras, Bodie, Almora. So, no surprise that Schwarber is getting the day off, but Rizzo and Bryant have to break out at some point. The Cubs are going from snowy Chicago to the nice Miami weather. They're going to feel good about themselves. Shout out to my man Adis 251 in the house. Joe Anisi says Cubs play of the day. Let's see what we get on full game. Jake Bell. I like it. RMK. Oh, God. Don't do that to my lungs. Oh, man. RMK says Jimmy's diet consists of coffee, cheap liquor, and regret. I don't see him hitting up a juice bar anytime soon. Oh, man. If I could laugh, I'd laugh at that, RMK. I'd laugh at that. Tommy says, my grandson's climbing all over me. LOL, sorry. Oh, no worries, Tom. He says, Thor gives up homers, not a lot of hits. I was saying, my first lean was over 7.5. That's what I'm going with. Also lean the Mets team total over. Interesting. Oh, you're right, Jimmy Miller. It did start in that ditch. Oh, God, you guys are getting me here. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my spot here, but from a money line perspective, I think, I think the Cubs is the play. Joe Anisi, I think he's bang on. PRC, a publicist, agrees on the Cubs. Come on. This is a great spot for the Cubs. Trevor Richards is playing so well, but this bullpen is so taxed. Glenn Man said, Jimmy, did you do I did the antibiotics at first. I did it for a while. I did it for 3 weeks to a month, and they did very little. Stephen Dollery in the house. I don't want to go up against Trevor Richards. I would say the best move to make here with the Cubs is to wait for the Marlins to go up a run. Dan Kelly saying Darvish strikeout to walk rate is 3.5. This year it's 0.91. I'm going to stick with my first 5 under. I love the way Trevor Richards is pitching. And the only way I would take, not that I don't think the Cubs is a good play, but I'm not going to double up here. What I would do though is if the Marlins get out to an early lead, then I'd be interested in the Cubs. Don Reed said, I like this kid pitching for the Marlins. One of the best changes in baseball. I lean Miami first 5. Jeremy Miller leans Cubs, but no official pick. Raul Rogers says, got Cubs on my other ticket. Not my favorite pick, though. An underdog, giving a shout-out to our man Joe Anisi. Mr. Gokes are saying Cubs team total over 4. Interesting. But that would be like a second and a half over because this bullpen's taxed. All right, so let's move on from that. That's my spot here. Okay, then we have Cardinals, Brewers. Very, very interesting spot. Let's look at money lines and totals. We broke down these pitchers too. Now we know that Bader's not coming back into the lineup. Brewers are not hitting righties very well. Peralta is being very good at home, but he has not been lately, or at least so far this year, but I'm 14 and a third, small sample size. He's already seen the Cardinals and they touched him. I want to fade Dakota when he's off. Shout out to Dave L.A. in the house. I would like to fade Dakota Hudson on the road. I know he's got a high ceiling. Let's take a look at what this total is. And Dan Kelly says, and spinach, Jimmy, throw it in the juicer too. Yeah, Dan, you won't believe how expensive spinach is down here. It's nuts. But I should be getting more of it. Much love to you, Dan. Okay, Milwaukee, St. Louis. The over's up to 9.5. I thought it was just 9 on the early show. If I missed it that badly, I did. It was 9 on the early show. That sucks. It sucks that I would have missed it like that. I'm just going to stay off this game. I'm not going to take it. Jake Bell says Cards traveled from Mexico, Jim. Jake Bell, that's a great point. That is a tough travel spot for the Cardinals. That is a tough travel spot for the Cardinals. But they've already seen Peralta and touched them. Dave LA says, take this. Take the Brewers to score first at plus 110. I like that look. That's an interesting look. And Russell Gordy says, yes, Jake, I keep telling him travel day for teams, more unders. All right, I'm going to stay off this Cardinals-Brewers game. I'm going to stay off. Christopher Comentini says, Cards are rolling. It's a tough travel spot. Peralta should start pitching better at home. I'm going to stay off of it. I like the looks I have. I have the Twins at minus 133 against the Jays. Let's see what's going on with this money line here. Shout out to King Rail joining us, saying that Zion just declared for the draft. It is going to be great. King Rail will be joining us shortly here to break down this NBA card. Glenn Elliott Man says Brewers flew in from LA. Yeah, both tough travel spots. My man Long Balls Larry says, damn it, Jimmy, we need you. Start the juice feast and change your life, bro. Regain your health and your capping will benefit. I agree. And thank you for caring about me, Long Balls Larry. Everybody needs a Long Balls Larry in their life. I'm very thankful that I have one. Much love to you, Long Balls. Flipper13 says, I'm all over that Cards game. And Russell Gordy says, yes, Glenn, from LA, see Jimmy under in Cards Milwaukee. But I just don't want to go against that market move. And we'll have to come back here. Oh, Trot Wham says, that's trash. Spinach is expensive and you get robbed. It's a bad scenario. Yeah, I don't go out for spinach alone, Trot Wham. Only with friends. Yeah, I'm going to stay off of it. It just makes me scared. So Twins minus 133. That is what I'm on right here. And wow, money keeps coming in on Toronto. What a mistake. What a mistake getting in on that early. What a mistake. I could have got minus 121 if I made that bet right now. Heavy market move towards the Jays, fading Martin Perez. I think this is where Martin Perez will get his confidence. Going up against this Blue Jay squad. The Twins are pulling out Garver, Polanco, Cruz, Rosario, Cron, Astudillo, Cave, Scope, Buxton. The Jays have McKinney, Galvis, Greichuk, Smoke, Hernandez, Drury, Hansen, Jansen, Maye. It's an ugly lineup. That is an ugly lineup. I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't get a better line. Very disappointed in myself. But yeah, so T says, what was Matt Randall's taint play today? It is the Angels minus 1.5. But let's keep rolling. I don't want to sit here and just be disappointed in myself. I think the fact that Shoemaker's having such a great start to the year gives me values in fading him. And that's what I'm doing here. All right, now let's talk Angels, Rangers. Dave LA said, why would you just take the Angels first five? They have such a good bullpen. And that's because I've been very impressed with this Rangers lineup. They've been coming back. They're playing well. And let's take a look at who they have confirmed here. Chu, Santana, Andrews. Now, Santana at second. That's Danny Santana. Because Rougned Odor has gone on the IL. So Chu, Santana, Andrews, Mazzara, Gallo, Cabrera, Forsythe, Kiner, Falefa, and DeShields Jr. Going up against the Angels, Calhoun, Trout, Simmons, Pujols, Goodwin, Kevin Smith, La Stella, Cozart, Fletcher. Look at that bottom of that lineup, Dave. Goodwin, Smith, La Stella, Cozart, Fletcher. Oh, that's just so ugly. Jeremy Miller says, Angels are 4-9 against the spread last 13 on the road, but are 8-1 straight up last 9 versus Texas. Under hit 4 out of 5 versus Texas, 4 out of 6 in Texas. Give me LA and the under 6. I get it, but I can't take an under with Shelby Miller. And the Rangers offense is so strong, I think they can get to Trevor Cahill a bit. Let's see what we get on that under. So we're going to totals here. Yeah, 10.5. Wow. I mean, it's in Arlington, I just get so, even when the wind is blowing in, I get so scared. So let's see. We have I like that, Dan. What is Dan on? Because I would love to hear it. Dan Kelly says, I just got on Marlins team total over 3.5. I get it. Fading you, Darvish. I get it. So Angels first 5 minus 125 is what I'm on. I'm on that money line. Let's see what I would have got had I waited till now. Well, I beat a line move. That's all you can ask for, at least after the Twins lost. They're losing that line move. The best I can get right now is minus 135. That's a Pinnacle, that's 5 times and Bookmaker. All right, Angels, first 5, minus 125, book it. Then I'm on the over in the Royals-White Sox game. And, Christopher Comte says Shoemaker's been lights out. How long will that last? How long will that last? Yeah, Joe Rich says you need a solid night and a good rub and tug so you can sweat it out, Jimmy. I hear that. But I think the more that you're, okay, I hear that. Let me just leave it at that. I hear that. Long balls, Larry. Yeah, I did put a little milk in here, which is not a regular thing I do. All right. So I'm on the over. Yeah, I got you, Larry. We're good. I'm on the over 9.5 at plus 100 in the Royals White Sox game. Phil Myers not looked good this year, and he didn't look good on the road last year. Santana only got 4 swing and misses against the against the Rays. He did not look good. I watched that entire game. I do not trust him, and I don't want anything to do with him. Let's see what we get for the full game over here. Yeah, not applicable says Asana maybe. I haven't even thought of that. Would that be that might be a great thing for me. I hadn't even thought of that. When the idiot I am, of course, maybe Asana's perfect thing for me. So the total here, 9.5. You can still get pluses. You get plus 102 at Pinnacle, so I definitely didn't beat that line move. And it's cold, 46 Fahrenheit, and the wind softly blowing in. JF says, Jimmy, come up to YYZ. We'll get you sorted out. I'll learn massage. That does sound good. All right, so that's what's up. Dave LA is also on the Royals White Sox over 9. He got it at a great spot, 9. Shout out there. But, and Stooch is in the house. Says, Jimmy, my brother, I've been in Mexico all week with no service. Man, why aren't you in Costa Rica, Stooch? You got a place to crash, you come down. Stooch liking the under in this game. I don't trust these pitchers. So, Don Regis says, infection in the lungs is what you have. Antibiotics are the only thing that works. Yeah, but I did antibiotics for like a month, Dom. They said that it would just take time. We'll see what they say tomorrow. But thank you guys for all the help and insights because this has just been horrible. It's just lasted for so long. All right, so I'm on the over 9.5 at plus 100. Now, do the Royals have value here on the money line? Robert Cherry was on them on the money line. They opened up plus 123. They're now at plus 114. Let's see what Dan's saying. Eucalyptus oil mixed in the water, throw on the rocks. It works great. Just a small amount of it. Yeah, maybe I'm down for that. Long Ball Larry says, can somebody there at SBR look out for your boy? Start chopping up some ginger, throw in some boiling water with a bunch of honey and cayenne. Thank you, Long Balls Larry. God, it's about time. Everybody needs a Long Balls Larry in their life. All right, so should I make a move here on the Royals? Coming off of a big sweep, feeling good about themselves. Let's take a look at these lineups. Confirmed lineups for the Royals. Merrifield, Mondesi, Gordon, Dozier, O'Hearn, Duda, Owings, Maldonado, and Hamilton. Going up against Garcia, Moncada, Abreu, Alonso, Jimenez, Anderson, Castillo, Palca, and Sanchez. I just can't. I just can't back that Royals lineup. I'll take the over and hope for that. Overzell says, Mullion tea, Jimmy. Should have plenty of that. I will copy and paste that. Thank you very much, Overzealous Cap. Thank you. I will copy and paste that. Tom Ricci says steroids is what they give you for these lung infections. Sorry, Jim. Hey, man, I'd be happy to take steroids. I don't know if I should trust these very attractive doctors in Costa Rica. Oh, Flipper13 says Palm Court. Let me copy and paste that. Remos, I hear you. I came very close to coming back. I was about to come back this week, actually, and I had to cancel it, sadly. Okay. Dan Kelly says, Jim Rummy. Okay. Jim Rummy says, Royals will value all series long versus Indians, but not tonight, Jimmy. Numbers are fair. Thank you, Jim Rummy. And if that's backed by Dan Kelly, that's all I need to hear. God, I love this team of cappers. I really believe I can get out of this huge hole I put myself in MLB working with you guys. Thank you, BJ Harris. Shout out to you, my friend. Okay, so I'm going to just stay on my over 9.5. I got Reds first 5 plus 144 at the Dodgers. Basically, Castillo is pitching spectacularly well. I'm going to need to bust through these last two games. I want to spend some time on the Rockies-Padres game and the Indians-Mariners game. So I'm going to get through this game pretty quickly. Let's see what I would have got first five had I booked it now. Jeremy Miller says, that'll be a meme later. I'd love to take steroids. I'd love to take a little HGH. How could that not make me a better person? I'm the kind of guy HGH was meant for. All right. Cincinnati. Wow. 5 dimes. But 5 dimes always does that. But I wish they had done that when I was betting it. 5 dimes up to plus 150. But it's plus 135 at Bookmaker, plus 145 at Bet Online. I got it at plus 144. I'm on Castillo first 5. This Reds team is smashing lefties. I don't care that Votto's not in the lineup. He has a tough time versus lefties. Let's take a look at the confirmed lineup for the Reds. Kurt Casale starting things off. Then Suarez, Puig, Kemp, Peraza, Iglesias, Schebler, Kyle Farmer at first. And then we don't have a confirmed lineup for the Dodgers. That's my only move here. I'm on Reds first 5. Dave L.A. said, I don't like that play, Jimmy. Reds play. I don't like it. Yeah, I hear you. I just love the way Castillo's pitching. And let's have Kershaw prove it to us, Low velocity. This team is smashing. Reds are hitting .298 with a 1.070 OPS versus lefties. So, Don Ricci saying, Reds haven't won on the road 0-4. This is a great spot for them. Go to L.A., have Puig and Kemp go up against their former team. I hear you, Dave L.A. I don't like you not being on it. Mr. Hype says, I like Castillo, but not Cincinnati today. Charles Barker said, what odds did you get? I got plus 144. First 5 plus 144, but I bet it at plus 135, which I don't like. Okay, now let's get to work here. Elio top set going for a nice score. Reds -1 plus 255. Ulysses Hayes saying Castillo will get lit up. Jimmy Rami says, I don't like the Reds either, Jimmy. Traveling and Dodgers numbers are too good. Well, I don't like, it's a very bad sign, but Larry Savage says Castillo will not allow one single run. That's what I want to hear, Larry. Love that shit. All right, Noli Knows in the house. Shout out to my guy, Noli Knows. Okay, let's cap these two games together, and then let's welcome up King Rail to the show. Let's start with Rockies, Padres, Senzatella versus Lucchesi. 61 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, 7 miles per hour out to right. In Albuquerque, Senzatella looked fine in his 2 starts. Not very long, 7 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Lucchesi looked very good until the Giants touched him. 14 in the third, 7 earned runs, 0 home runs, 5 walks, 17 Ks. Rockies are doing nothing versus lefties. 197, 589 OPS. Padres are hitting just 236, 99 OPS. Let's take a look at what we'd get from money lines and totals and then break down the game a little more. Here we go. Money lines and totals. Oh, shit. Sorry, that's first 5. Wow, first 5 is just 3.5. That is low. 7.5. It opened at 7. It's gone up to 7.5. And the Padres opened at -155 at Bet Online, and they're now at -154 at Bet Online. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Let's break this down. So, Padres had won 4 straight before they lost on Sunday 8-4 to the Diamondbacks. So they have to fly from Arizona to San Diego. Lucchesi opened the season with 10 and a third straight scoreless innings, but he gave up 7 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 innings against the Giants on Tuesday. Lucchesi's 5th start against the Rockies, 1-0, 2.05 ERA, 1.00 whip, 208 opponents batting average, 23 strikeouts in 23 innings with just 6 walks. Senzatella looked better as the season went on last year. He ended with 6-6 record, 4.38 ERA, 1.373 whip. He had lost 8 straight games. The Rockies, had lost 8 straight games before beating the Giants 4-0 on Sunday. Do the Giants turn it around here? Jin Rummy liking the Padres run line plus 150 for 1.5 units. Says, follow at your own risk. Shout out to Jin Rummy. What a huge, giant asset he is. TJ Coleman says Padres minus the 1.5. A lot of people says Clayton to last only 3 innings. Oh, I hope that's the case. Corey Mack says Kershaw's minus 160 or lower, which means they can't win. Kershaw overrated. Well, Rockies, Padres. Do we think that Senzatella gets touched in his first start back? So he had an infected blister on his right heel near the end of spring training. That's why he didn't start the season. Big boy, 246 pounder, just 6'1". Do we say that Lucchesi rolls here? Let's see. Do they have any confirmed lineups here? That would be nice to know. Let's check out these lineups. San Diego. No confirmed lineup. I have to think that Lucchesi has a nice start, but I don't know if I want to back. Dave LA says Padres are nothing. Dom Ricci says Trout back, taint play of the day. Padres or nothing. And we know that our guy, Jin Rummy, jumped on this on the run line. Padres run line plus 140. Let's see what we get now on this run line full game for the Padres. Not quite what Jin Rummy got, but I think that move does make some sense. Rockies finally feel good about themselves with a win under their belt. Lucchesi coming off of a tough start. Should bounce back here. Interesting. I'm going to leave that as a lean and think about that while we have our man King Rail now. So let's talk Indians Mariners. And Flipper13 also liking Padres minus 1.5 at plus 140. But saying never available. You mean it's minus 1.5, not plus 1.5, Flip. Matt Randall says, taint play today looking really nice now with Trout. I'm on them first five. All right, let's talk Indians, Mariners, and then bring in our man King Rail. Trevor Bauer versus Yusei Kikuchi. Let's see. So we'll go to money lines and totals, see if there's been any movement here. Kikuchi's just not looked as good as I expected him to. The Indians opened up as minus 122 favorites, but money's come in on Seattle. Larry Savage says Indians, Mariners, toughest game on the card. Red Girl says Seattle or nothing. Indians can't hit lefties at all. 200, 585 OPS. Mariners are hitting 272, 842 OPS against righties. Wow, Ricardo Gutierrez, the remainder of the first round. Because he's a repeat offender. Holy shit. Thank you for letting us know, Ricardo Gutierrez. Jake Lamdenny says all his stats point to Seattle, but I think Cleveland could get it done. Jake Lamdenny saying Bauer's 1-7 against the Mariners. You know, I don't think we need to put too much emphasis on Bauer's career stats. He seems like a Cy Young candidate now. BitXN says more baseball on the show than MLB baseball tonight. I hear you, BitXN. We're going to move on. Larry Savage just said, yeah, Bauer isn't good value for Seattle. I think this is a tough game. Astute Chaos, shout out to you, my friend, says leaning Mariners money line. Ty Clinton said that's a fishy line. Yeah, it's a tight spot, but I expect both pitchers to pitch well here tonight. And that total just 7.5. What's at first five? Kikuchi finally getting back at home. Glenn Elliott Man says, way to go, Cadre, you dummy. That is absolutely right. Under 4. I find that under 4 appealing. What do you guys think? Nobody knows if Bauer is a beast, was running up last year. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying take out his career-long stats because he's been good for a short amount of time. All right, I'm leaning towards this under 4 in Cleveland, Seattle. Bauer versus Kikuchi. Under 4. Let me know what you guys think of that under 4. That's a first 5 under 4 that I find pretty appealing. But I'm not going to make a move on it now. I'm going to think about it while we bring on our next guest and talk a little NBA basketball. 2 playoff games on the card and angles to be had. Shout out to our man, King Rail, in the house on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us on Monday. I know Fridays is your day, but I love when you jump on for a second time in the week. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today, my man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm over here off of some gummies over here, Jimmy. I got me a little bit of this vanilla chai milk chocolate too. I'm in heaven right now, man. This edibles is kicking in. What's happening?
Oh, that does sound good, man. I need to get me some edibles because my lungs are a mess and I can't smoke. But man, that does sound good. That sounds really good, man. All right, let's get to work. Nets at Sixers. You guys were bang on your call with the Nets. My God, very, very, very impressive stuff. I'm just going to get to the NBA section that can help me focus on spreads and totals here. So, money coming in on the Sixers, minus 7.5, now minus 8.5. And my God, so we have our Heritage prop of the day, and it involves Embiid. I'm fading Embiid in this spot. Now, I'm sure he comes back angry, but man, he looks beaten up out there. His knee looks wonky. He looks hobbled. Tell me, what should we do with this spot here? Spreads and totals. Philadelphia minus 8.5. Total opens at 226.5. Now 225.5 for 226. Rail, what are you thinking here?
Hey, real quick, Jimmy, you hit me with the hair of this prop, man. I meant to hit you up earlier, bro, because this was a question I was saving for you. I really, really like KD tonight over 31.5 points and rebounds tonight. I think KD coming out of ball tonight. I think that's one of the best props we have on the board tonight is Kevin Durant over 31.5 points and rebounds. Before I go into the next game, did you look at that? Did you see that at all? Any take on that?
Yeah, I did take a look at that. I was trying to figure out the best spot, and it's hard when you're dealing with points and rebounds because I have to do head-to-head competitions, and they weren't opening up points and rebounds because I was also thinking about Simmons tonight with points, boards, and assists because I think that he steps up. He has to step up here. So I like both those looks. I ended up taking Curry's points over Embiid. You know, after we break down this game, I'll run the video in between games. But I like your look with Durant. I like your look with Durant a lot. I can't wait to break down that game. But let's start with Nets Sixers. What's your move here?
Man, Jim, I took the Nets, man. I think the Nets, personally, man, I think the Nets can beat the 76ers, man. The Nets come out tonight, man, and win a game. And no disrespect to all my money game guys in my chat who I love and respect a lot. But I see a lot of people hanging the fact on the 76ers just winning the game because they can't go down 0-2. They have poor coaching, you guys, out here. It's bad coaching. I don't see any stats that support the 76ers over in this spot. I don't see any stats that support the 76ers. Not first quarter, not first half, not rebounds, not assists, not nothing. Everybody's hopped on this first quarter 76ers. They don't come out firing. How? When this team is number one in first quarter points, they average 30 points per game, but the last 3 games, they're only putting up 24 points. Everybody forgets, too, the Nets came into the playoffs with wins over the Milwaukee Bucks. I think it was a win over Boston. They beat great teams. The 76ers aren't a great team. And now you have Embiid out here, bro. It's so easy to guard him right now. They can run a 3-2 zone, Jimmy. They can run a 1-2-2 if they want to against this team because they don't respect the shooters. Let's talk about the shooters real fast. J.J. Redick is 8-25 from 3 for the last 5 games. Harris is only shooting 23% from deep since March, and Butler's shooting 27%. That's the lowest in 3 years for Jimmy Butler from the 3. They're not respecting him to shoot the 3. This team is awful out there, man. If Embiid can't get buckets and he's not healthy, who do you rely on? You rely on Jimmy Butler. All right, and then when Jimmy Butler start going, it's kind of a ball hawk crazy, and nobody else gets involved out there, Jimmy. Hey, I hopped on the Brooklyn Nets +9 because I bought up a point. The line's at 8.5 now, Jimmy. I'm about to hop on it again at 9.5. I'm going to buy another point and hop on Brooklyn over here, man. It's matchup issues over here. This team is too fast. The guards are too good. And the 76ers have problems right now. This team has issues, especially when you have to sub out Embiid. When you put him on the bench, who else do you rely on? You rely on Jimmy and Harrison to get it done. And Ben Simmons can't shoot or make free throws. They're in trouble, man.
They are in trouble. How did this happen so quickly? How did this happen so fast? And it felt like a month ago, everything was rolling for the Sixers, and this Nets team was in disarray. How did this all change so quickly?
Well, what happened with the Nets was crap. He's gone. That helps them get back to their regular rotation. I mean, I know we spoke about it before, and you noticed it too. When everybody came back from Brooklyn, LeVert, Crab, all these guys started coming back, it messed up the chemistry they did have. Now they can play a better rotation out here when they're playing against teams. And every stat and category right now for the Brooklyn Nets have gone up. Their points against them have went down. Points for them have gone up. Their assists have gone up. Their defensive rebounds have gone up. Their offensive rebounds have gone up. This team has been better when they went back to their regular rotation. And now LeVert is back in the mix. The 76ers, on the other hand, Embiid looks out of shape. He doesn't look like he's in basketball form right now. And then now we said Embiid go out there and win me a game. The man's shooting way too many goddamn three-pointers, Jimmy. And what the Nets are doing, they're running this team. They've been running this team all year round. J.J. Redick is a horrible defender. I'm sorry. And when now you're making him play defense and expect him to produce on the offensive end, they're burning your legs. This Nets team is burning your legs every time because who stops Russell? You stop Russell. You even have guys like Hollis Jefferson who can go out there and still get you buckets and produce at quick speed. This Nets team, bro, is young and hungry. 76ers don't have can't stop them when it comes to their ones and their twos. And they're just falling apart over here, man. This coach will be fired at the end of the year, Jimmy. It's a proven fact. He's out of here, bro.
So basically, you don't think I'm too late to the party because it seems like a ton of people are on the Nets. Yet this line opened at 7.5 at BetOnline, now 8.5. You don't think I'm too late to the party?
No, sir. I think you're right on, man. Especially with it going up right now, 8.5, Jimmy. I mean, I wanted to hop on the Nets to win the series, but personally, I still think the 76ers get it done in about 6 games. But Embiid, man, if Embiid gets hurt at all within this game 2 and game 3, and I really see the Nets winning both games at home. That's why this game is so scary tonight. I'm so surprised the books are giving us 8.5 points over here. I mean, the Nets stand a fighting chance. Offensively, they play good defense. The only question is Ed Davis, and that's what concerns me with the line going up a half, is they're saying he's not going to play. But it's playoff basketball, man. He has to go out there and play. And Hollis Jefferson as well. I mean, Hollis, he's a decent player, but I don't like seeing Dudley and Ed Davis both game time decisions. I need to know for a fact they both are playing. I've already made the bet, Jim, but I would like to know for sure they both are playing.
You know, I just have this feeling that I'm late to the party. And it's just this overwhelming feeling where I should have been on them game 1 like you guys were, and I was trying to rest on the weekend, and it cost me money. And now I'm going to come in late, and when you come to these parties late, like it just doesn't work out for me. And
now if you bring your own bottle, Jimmy, you always good.
You know, I just have this bad feeling, and I can't shake it. And I'm not going to take the Sixers, but I'm going to stay off this game. I'm going to stay off the Nets. I just have it's not that I don't like being this late. And when I'm this late, generally I lose. And so I'm gonna stay off it at this point. What do you think of this total? It's around 226.
Hey Jimmy, I've been in playing the hell out of totals right now. My record for the NBA playoffs are 28-13 for the NBA playoffs so far this weekend. I think personally this total can possibly go over. If the 76ers hang around and win this game, like everybody's saying they win, I'm not saying the Sixers don't win this game tonight, but I mean, Nets are going to put up a fight. I see it going over here. 6 at the last 10 between the two teams have gone over. I think that the total right now is a little low. I think that the public is panicking a little bit about NBA unders, is this and that right now. It was game 1, you guys. Everybody had to feel themselves out. If the Sixers win tonight, it's because they're able to score points. They're able to knock down their threes. They're able to go out there and get buckets. And the Nets, we know they can score points. They're not shy. They're not afraid of it. I lean towards an over, but it's not a play for me. In playoff basketball, if I like an over or under, I kind of wait for it early on, Jimmy. About second quarter, I start looking to see if the line dropped maybe 5 or up about 5, and I play it that way. But I still like the over in this game.
I find the over appealing. And Yaya says you're late, but the line is better than before. What are you referring to? I'm referring to everybody now, after seeing game 1, is like, the Nets are going to take care of this, the Nets are going to take care of this. And when you play, like, it's not broken telephone, but when historically for me, when a big underdog wins game 1 and does it and looks so good doing it, and then a whole people jump on and say, oh, they're going to do it again, or do you see, this is what's working here, this is what's happening here. Historically, when I come on at that time, it just doesn't work well for me. That's what I mean.
I hear you there, Jimmy. But if you relay it that way, then you gotta look at the reasons why. I mean, you don't want to psych yourself out a little bit. And you a great capper, man. I look up to you like a motherfucker. You don't understand, like my brother from another mother. You know what I mean out here. But I personally, I think the Magic, for instance, they came out and won a game. Now, I thought the Raptors were going to sweep this team, but I also gave the Magic probably winning one game in Orlando. They came out and won a game in Toronto. And why was that? When you look at how did they fucking win? Lowry didn't score no goddamn points. He didn't score any kind of points, and Augustine had probably one of the best games of his career, period, ever. Came out there and performed, and they won by a last minute, basically type of 3-point shot. So people think like, well, the underdog won. You have to look at why they won. Why the Nets beat the 76ers last game was because they played great defense, they played great offensively, and they kept Redick, who cannot defend, they got him off the floor. Now you have to go to the bench out there. Now you got to pull guys off the bench now who, like my man D-Russ said, you got bench players talking like stars. And that's exactly what they did to the 76ers last time, and that's how they won. And I don't see their game plan changing tonight. I see it being the same exact shit. Play that 3-2 zone, put them in a 1-1-2-2, and keep the guys out there because we don't trust the shooters. The numbers right now is proven the 76ers shooters aren't shooting. None of them. And if JJ Redick is your best shooter on your team, and he's messed up because he has to go out here and guard these fast-paced guys like Russell, Spencer, LeVert, and them, he's exhausted. The numbers point to her. You're not late to the party. Is just bring your own cup. Let me supply the Henny. Come sit down and get some cash with us.
Oh man, that guy. I gotta be slow with his lungs here. That's man. You know, I plan to party with you for the rest of my life. I'm just hesitant right now. I'm just hesitant. Robert Cherry says, and that's my team, but I'll be realistic, Jimmy. I'll play the spread. They might not clear the first round. Maybe I can at least take advantage and get my pockets fed in the process. They score, they win. Shout out to Chip Chipperson also joining us. Christopher Hogan telling Elio to smash the Durant to score more points than Embiid at plus 117 prop. What do you think about that, King? Durant to score more points than Embiid at plus 117.
I can't really back that because I'm looking at KD. The reason I'm capping KD is he was thrown out the last game. And Patrick Beverley, he gives up too many inches to KD. If KD really wants to just post up on him, the little guys is more of a gnat. He's going to harass you and bother you out there. But KD, if he really wants to go Super Saiyan, he can go Super Saiyan. I think Kevin Durant's the best player in the NBA. He's not my favorite player, but I think he's the best player in the NBA. Hands down, I think he's better than LeBron. Because he has a shot, he's better than Giannis. So I think he wants to come out tonight. Game 2, he didn't really do shit last game. He got thrown out. He was bullshitting with Beverly. He didn't really care. They don't really take this Clippers team seriously. So, and when it comes to the 76ers, Embiid is the reason why they win. Everybody keeps telling me Embiid is the reason why the 76ers win. Without Embiid being in the game, then what it is. I really don't support the Embiid thing too much because Embiid is hurt. He's not the same player right now. So, personally, they both are probably good bets. But I wouldn't take Embiid to score more points than KD tonight, man. I think KD, if he really wants to, he could put up 40 or 50 at any time tonight or any time in the series versus the Clippers.
Yeah, sorry, I think I phrased that wrong to you, King. It's Durant to score more than Embiid at plus 117.
Oh yeah, I like that. I think KD does more. More tonight. I
like that too, but is that Freddie Fortune there in the house, or is that my man Lucrative Larry? It's Lucrative Larry. Larry, do you mind rolling my heritage prop bet? Because I probably, now that I think about it, maybe Durant was better value. But why don't we roll it, Larry? Welcome to the Heritage Prop of the Day. At heritagesports.eu, you pick the sport, you pick the players, you pick the prop. They give you the odds, and we've hit 3 straight. Things were looking bleak. We were about to cut this entire project when I was 3-7. But I've hit 3 straight, 1 more for 500, and we will keep climbing. I'm on the Golden State Warriors' Steph Curry to score more points than the Philadelphia 76ers' Joel Embiid at minus 122. This feels too easy. Embiid does not look good. He looks hobbled. He does not look like he's 25 years old. He looks like an old man. He struggled in game 1. He went 5 for 15 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, wearing a knee brace on his left knee, clearly frustrated. He's letting Jarrett Dudley get in his head. Jarrett Allen's going to run him into the ground. Steph Curry, on the other hand, looks unstoppable. Just coming off a game-high 38 points, went 8 for 12 from 3 in game 1 of their series. In the last 10 games, he's hitting 50% from 3. He started wearing contacts in late March, and he's been on fire since. This is a perfect high-octane series for him. Steph Curry, the rare athlete whose mom is hotter than his wife, to score more points than Joel Embiid at minus 122. heritagesports.eu. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm on Curry, but I like that plus 117 line. I'm getting minus 122 with Steph, but I like that call on KD. DJ Big Boss in the house. Sharp Money in the house. Ski Profit in the house. Says, yes, Tara, I'll be on King's Court. King's Court coming on right after this show. Okay. Well, I would like to make a move on this NBA card, and maybe, King, you can help me here with Clippers at Warriors. Clippers at Warriors. Warriors open to minus 14.5. Pinnacle down to 13. And bookmaker at 13, bet online at 13. So that's come down from the morning show when it was 13.5 across the board. This total keeps going up. It was 233 or 233.5 on the morning show. Now 234. But there were 234.5s available before the show started, so those are gone. Interesting. 234 across the board. King, Clippers, Warriors.
Personally, when I first looked at this series, Jimmy, before it even started, man, I was like, I'm trending towards an over in this matchup in every game here. I've watched the first game, and I really don't believe it. I think the under might possibly be a play here in this game. It's not a play I took it. As a play I did want to sit down and talk with my man Sidney Max about Ski and Jay Money tonight on King's Court about. But the 70s, man, I say this, the Clippers, bro, are just outmatched. This is like I was telling you on Friday, Jimmy. I think it's a matchup issues. Matchup issues all across the board when it comes to this Clippers versus Golden State Warriors team. They give up length and they give up experience. These guys are young out there. You got Alexander, Zubac, Landry, Wallace, Hero. These guys are young kids. I don't think none of them is over the age of 26 out there. Zubac, he only played 10 minutes last time. A guy made up a great point too on Twitter with me. I said he can't guard Cousins, but he can't guard Cousins because it's just more experienced and more aggressive. Him and Green out there, but also he got stuck in the pick and rolls. He couldn't really protect that. If they really want to, the Golden State Warriors, all you do is really double team Gallinari. Make sure you hold Luke under 25 points. And I'll let Landry and Harrell score the rest of the basket out there if they really want to. I mean, Alexander, young kid too, but he has his hands full. Klay Thompson, man. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but this is how I feel about Klay Thompson. He is the Scottie Pippen of this team. When Jordan had Jordan, he's the Scottie Pippen. Kevin Durant is the best player on this team. He is the best player. You're pairing the best player on the team with probably one of the best shooters we've ever seen in the game of basketball. It's Steph Curry. Then you give them another lockdown defender, one of the best defenders we have on the West Coast right now, in Klay Thompson, because he can guard anybody at any position almost at any time. Then you got Cousins out here who's just a straight animal and beats himself, and Green, who's going to constantly be in your head, constantly talk that shit. Patrick Beverley, I've never heard shit talking win a basketball game in my life. And I'm an NBA player myself, not NBA player, but a basketball player myself. I go on the court and talk shit. I don't have the court to go hoop on right now, Jimmy, so I talk shit on Twitter. Because I love basketball. It's my same old shit, the same old vibe. But shit talking has never won a game ever. They just have matchup problems all across the board. I love Golden State minus 13. I'm happy that money's coming in on the Clippers. I'm loving the fact the public are taking these guys and being like, well, they can't go down 1-1. I mean, can't go down 2-0. And they can't do this and can't do that. You can't bet that way with the best sports. You can't just go in there and be like, well, they can't go down 2-0. They have to win this game. That's not how you break this shit down. You look at the numbers. No numbers support the Clippers here. No numbers tonight support the 76ers here, man. So I'm rocking with the Golden State Warriors minus 13. I'm on the first half, minus 8.5, Jimmy.
You know, I mean, I watched the series. The Warriors just were making things look so easy, but it caught me by surprise that Durant would get caught up in Beverly's bullshit. I mean, why bother? Why bother? We're also talking about, had the Clippers not fallen apart emotionally at the end of the first half there, I mean, they were right in this game. That was a big turning point for me watching it. And Beverly 3 points, Shamet 3 points, Zubac 0 points. Do these three guys step up? I mean, and from a totals perspective, you mentioned that you were interested in the under. Are you comfortable going up against that big market move?
I'm comfortable with it. I think the points are actually adds as value here. Like I said, I haven't took the bet yet, but it's something I'm going to inplay. I'm going to wait for the line. I'm going to talk to the guys too. But I want this to shoot up. I want points early in the first quarter so it could rise up so I can grab it again. I'm looking for maybe another plus 6 or 7 points so I can hop on the under here. They're just offensively at a disadvantage and defensively. Doc Rivers has to change this whole shit around when it comes to playing the Golden State Warriors with his team. You can't put the young kid Zubac out there too damn long. You really want to get Lou in the game, but you really want to keep him coming off the bench to add to your offensive off the bench. But where's your offense really coming from if Lou's not in the game right now? Then you got Beverly. Beverly has his hands full with KD. He's going to have his hands full with KD. And then you put Klay on anybody. You can tell Klay, go guard Gallinari. Klay, go guard him. Go guard him. He's going to give them matchup problems. I struggle even seeing the Clippers here putting up 104 points this game. I don't even see them touching 105. I capped it a few times, Jimmy. One of the times I capped it, I only saw the Clippers put up 94 points this game. I think Golden State controls them offensively and does their thing. And you might see late baskets. fourth quarter baskets coming from the Clippers, and that's kind of what they scare me on the over, on the under in that spot. But they're gonna have a hard time even putting a basket. They're gonna be working so hard on the defensive end.
You know, the under is appealing. The under is appealing to me. I get concerned going up against these market moves, but I guess it's starting to come back for us. See what Pinnacle. So Pinnacle had it at 234.5 at 118, and at 125, and it was still at 234.5 until when? Until 318, and then 233.5, and it settled at 234. I mean, I find that under very, very appealing, but I don't know if I have the balls to go against a market move like that. Does that concern you at all that the market keeps pushing it higher?
And that's why when I see it like this, the people see the same thing. I mean, it's like the public see the same stats. These two teams are both over teams. They both score a lot of points. Golden State averages 117 a game. The Clippers average 115 a game. But that's regular season basketball. This is playoff basketball. The Golden State Warriors can't play defense, and we saw it last game. If they really want to play defense, they can play defense. And KD played around last game. And one take that a lot of people didn't probably notice, that I noticed from watching so many basketball games, Green in that game early almost cost the Warriors the momentum in the game. And what did Golden State do? They appeased this man. They started, he early almost got into some shit, so they started giving him the ball to get him involved, to kind of calm and keep everything neutral. And that's why KD played around with Beverly the rest of the game. It was like, man, we already got this game in the bag. We got it sealed up. I'll fuck around Beverly and bullshit with him. They got Green involved early because it was attitude and temper. That changed a lot of things. I think this game coming to this game is KD's time. He took the night off last game a little bit, if you want to say it. And tonight, he comes in here tonight, it's his game. It's all about KD tonight, man.
I agree, and I'm going to make a move on the under. I don't like seeing Corey Moore say Clippers covering tonight and over. But Raul Parwanda says Warriors under 234. Warriors roll. Ski Profit close to making a move on the under. Sure, he'll make a decision while he's capping with you on your King's Court show that starts in 18 minutes. I'm in. I'm taking the under 234 at minus 105, available at Heritage in the Clippers Warriors game. And at this point, I'm just going to stay off net Sixers. I've noticed that my quantity of plays has gone way down in the playoffs, and maybe I'm overthinking things, but at least I'll get to be on your show on Wednesday, and then I can get a better. I just kind of don't feel. Well, watching DJ torch Lowry just messed with my head. Oh God, that laser 3-pointer at the end of the game was extremely aggravating. And the shit everybody's saying about Kyle Lowry, in my city, well, my city's Vancouver, but my adopted city of Toronto is just, it's hard for me to take because I like Lowry a lot. I like him as a person. I care about the dude, and God, he's just getting lambasted right now. All right, Glenn Man says Indian Cowboys on the Clippers Warriors over. I don't like hearing that either, but that's my move on the NBA tonight. I'm on the under 234 in Clippers Warriors, and that's my action. King, thank you so much for joining us on this Monday, making 2 appearances on the show. That means so much to me, man. So much to all the low baggers. You are a great guy, great capper. Where can we find you on Twitter, and what do you guys have in store on King's Court this week?
This week on King's Court, man, I got my guy Sippy Max going to be on every day with us, man, breaking it down. Today we got Ski and Sippy Max on the show. We got you on Wednesday, of course, man. It's winding down the NBA. I love the playoffs. It's a whole different type of atmosphere. It brings a whole different kind of beast out in me and the rest of the guys around me. I'm King Rail 2. You can follow me on Twitter. Thank you for having me on, Jimmy. And real quick, everybody, you got any East Coast teams who think will win a championship right now? Raptors are plus 300. They come out the East. Raptors plus 300. Celtics plus 300. Bucks minus 130 and 76ers 10-1. Those are the 4 bets that I would lean to. If I was anybody, pick one. Hands down, you win some money. But go Bucks. Thanks for having me on, Jimmy, man. And good luck to you and all your crazy friends behind the camera up there, man. I can't wait to see what they bring up next.
Much love. Well, great guy. Well, we are going back to Freddie Fortune, and we could have had Lucrative Larry, but Freddie Fortune, whom I've been making a lot of fun of with his ties, is coming off hitting a plus 300 tie in the Australian Soccer League. And we're all very, very impressed around here. Another tie, another victory. Please make some noise for none other Then Freddie Fortune.
Hi,
Hello, that's
how are you?
Freddie. What the hell voice is that, man?
That's my real voice.
That's your real voice.
That's the voice of a person. And that's it.
Okay, well that's great stuff, Freddie.
I won lots of ties this weekend.
Yes, you did win lots of times.
Plus
this week.
300. Have you ever bet a plus 300 line? No. I know you don't. Have you ever bet on ties and won? No. I know that you don't.
Why don't you put your face on
You're
the
a
camera?
pussy.
Whoa, whoa,
Betting sports.
whoa.
Yes. That's a joke, sorry.
Jesus Christ, Freddie, you're coming out firing, calling me a pussy.
Your sports are for pussies. Not you. Well, maybe, but I don't really care. I have no draws for today.
Jesus, Freddie, you're coming out fucking guns
I got
a-blazing.
another dog line.
All right.
UEFA Champions League, Juventus versus Ajax. Ajax to qualify at plus 175 at Bet365. I'm sorry, I wanted to be like a cool guy.
Okay, Freddie, it's okay, man.
You're not a pussy.
Jesus.
This is weird. Stop staring at me.
So, Anil Frank is on Ajax to qualify. That's your play?
Yes, plus 175 at Bet365. Where's J Peach? Is he saying that my forehead is big?
No, I believe you used the word giant too, not big. But Yellow Jesus says Freddie is the weirdest guy in the world.
He's called Yellow Jesus.
Yeah, he blesses our picks, Freddie.
Jesus is not real.
I'm not here to debate that. I don't. It is Holy Week here. Are you celebrating Holy Week?
I won my draw.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Freddie Fortune.
Don't laugh.
Be
careful with your health.
Thank you.
Your lungs.
Yeah.
They are soft.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't want to be touched. Don't want to be touched by you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I did add the under 234 in the basketball game, and I am going to add one baseball play quickly here. I've been sitting on this under, and I'm going to take the first 5 under 4 in the Indians-Mariners game. First 5 under 4. Don't fucking move, Freddie. Don't fucking move, man. I'll lose my fucking shit. Fucking move, man. Don't move a fucking muscle, dude. First 5 under 4 at minus 117. That's available at Pinnacle. First 5 under 4 minus 117. Book it.
That's a bad play. I'm sorry.
Much love to you guys, but most importantly, Leche, Halos Bookmakers!